put a legit light bulb on my cheek. I'm just going to take my multitask brush. So it's going to be a talk to... Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette. Look how gorgeous these colors are. I can't. Oh, they're so pretty, and I love that it comes with 4 highlighters because highlighting is the bomb diggity right now. So it's just so convenient that you have highlighters and eyeshadows in one palette. It makes it perfect for traveling because everything's compact and in one thing. It's going to be a talk through tutorial. Hopefully you guys don't mind. I need a mirror. First, I'm going to start off with the Josie Maran Nirvana Hydrating Treatment Mist. My skin has been a little dry lately. Like, what's the deal? This is so refreshing and it smells like cucumbers. I love this stuff. And the packaging, to die for. Then I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Lip Plumper and Primer. I'm just going to use the plumper side because it's a really nice chapstick. It's kind of like cinnamon based. We are going to go in with 2 liquid lipsticks. So we want to make sure our lips are hydrated. Then I'm going to go into the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer. And you can see that Zoe chewed on this. Just dot it underneath my eyes for when we go in with concealer. We want everything to be nice and hydrated. The Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. It has a blue essence to it because it's supposed to be brightening. I really love this stuff. It is so nice, but it's way too expensive for life, so I stick to the sample jars. Bobbi Brown Luminous Moisturizing Foundation. This is in the shade Sand 2. I got this foundation when I was like super pale, so I use it for when I'm currently pale, which is right now. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. The littlest bit goes such a long way with this stuff, which is really nice, and it is actually moisturizing. And then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Dream Bronze BB because this shade is even a little too light, so I just like to add a little bit more of a bronzing effect. And then it creates like your perfect shade. I love this Bronze BB because you can mix it with any foundation and it gives you more of a glow if you need one. If one of your foundations are way too light at the moment, you can just mix that with it and it makes it darker. I just love that. So I'm just going to put this all over my face. Real Techniques Essence Foundation Brush and kind of just place it in the areas that I want. I'm not going to blend out my foundation with this, but I'm just going to place it. This foundation smells like Pop-Tarts. We placed our foundation, we're just going to blend it out. Thanks to Zoe. So I'm going to take the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pressed Powder, and I'm just going to take the little puff that it comes with, and I'm just going to press and roll onto my face just to kind of set the makeup. You don't want to use too much of this stuff because it can give you a little bit of a white cast. We're going to go in with concealer. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer. I'm going to place this on the back of my hand. Take this foundation brush again. The little bit goes such a long way with this concealer, so just be careful. And we're going to put it in the triangle effect. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into my Real Techniques sponge. Every time I look at this, I'm just like, really? Really, dog? To set my concealer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder. This is just a multicolored powder, but it gives you more of like a brightening effect underneath the eye. So I just like to swirl them all together. Tap off the excess, and then set underneath the eye. I'm going to take the NYC Sun in Bronze. This is in the shade Montauk Bronze. Bronze. I'm just going to take my multitask brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to go into the Tarte Blush Palette. And I'm going to take the shade I'm going to take the shade Prim. This is just a really nice everyday neutral color. Stippling brush just to blend everything out. And I'm not going to go in with highlighting until we are done with the eyes. I'm just going to take my Wet n Wild primer. I use this every time I do eyeshadow. If you have oily eyelids, I definitely recommend that primer because it helps with the oils in your eyes and it doesn't crease your eyeshadows. A lot of the other high-end eye primers that I use, like the Urban Decay, they definitely just creased my eyeshadows and I'm not going for that look. First, I'm just going to set our eyelids with a little bit of powder. I'm just going to go back into the Too Faced Primed and Poreless powder and just set the eyes so it's not sticky when we go in with our eyeshadows. When you have more of a smooth base, it doesn't make your eyeshadows skip. The first shadow I think we are going to take is the second one in. And I'm just going to use a flat shader brush for this because we're just going to highlight the inner corners and our brow bones. Oh, these shadows are so buttery smooth. They're beautiful. So then we're going to go into this third shade right here. It's kind of like a cool toned brown that has a little bit of purple undertones to it. And I'm going to take my E40 brush. Now these do have a little bit of fallout, but that's okay. Just kind of dust it off. And then we're just going to tap out our brush so that we don't put too much on our crease. I'm just going to put this directly into the upper crease and just do windshield wiper motions. As you can see already from this eye to this eye, with the shadow, it's already starting to create a natural shadow on the eye. So that's why I like to start with a lighter color and then build them up. And with the lightest color, I like to put it above the actual crease because you can see that the crease starts right here. We put the shadow more towards up here. And then we just do a windshield wiper motion. I mean, you can kind of drag it down just a little bit so that it's a little bit more blended. And then we're going to go into the other eye. If you are by any chance having trouble blending on your eyeshadows and having them look seamless and kind of blend into each other, my number one tip is to just keep blending. And always start with the lightest color and build it up so that it kind of fades into a light color. You don't want to necessarily put the darkest shade on first in your crease because it can be a little bit hard to blend out. I mean, it's definitely doable, but if you are just starting blending out eyeshadows, I don't recommend doing it that way. Just start off with like the lightest shades and then build them up and you'll see that it'll start to come together. So don't get discouraged, just keep working at it and I promise you will get it. Then we're going to go into a smaller tapered brush. I'm kind of going to show you guys the difference. You see how this one's like super fluffy? That's what we want to use to kind of get the upper crease up here, and this one's more tapered. So this one is literally going to go directly into that crease. See how it fits like perfectly right there? And if you have trouble finding your crease, stick the brush where you think it is, look up, and look in the mirror, and that's where your crease goes. So we're gonna go in with this brush. This is just from this is just a Smashbox brush. I love this brush. I wish I could find a dupe for you guys because this only comes with the full exposure palette. So we're gonna go into this fourth shade right here. This is more of like a purpley mauve. So pretty. Again, these do have fallout, but that's okay. Just shake it up. And then we're gonna go directly into that crease. You can kind of already start to see that the crease is starting to form. So that's where we're just gonna place it, just to kind of enhance it a little bit more. We're gonna wanna start on the outside and then drag it in towards the inner corner. And again, just do windshield wiper motions. If you guys keep playing with eyeshadows, you're gonna find what works best for your eyes. Mine are hooded, which drive me absolutely nuts because it looks like I'm like skipping certain parts in my eye when I'm really not trying to. So I just keep playing with it to see like what techniques work, what eyeshadow works best for my eyes. You'll get the hang of it. I'm going to take the E25 blending brush from Sigma. I'm just going to tap our brush in there. Now with this color, we want to start off with a little bit because it is so dark. So this one I'm going to put on the very outer corner, like right here. And then just fade it in. But we don't want to bring it too far into the crease just because I don't want that kind of eye look today. I mean, essentially you totally could. That's totally fine. But for today, I'm just going to keep it on the outside. And I'm just going to fade it in. Not going to bring too much product towards the inner corner, just to fade it. Then we're going to go back into the E40 and just blend everything out. It's just blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. I'm going to go back into this third shade, just a little bit. Tap the excess off, and then I'm going to kind of buff it up here, just to kind of make everything fade a little bit more. I just want to add like a shimmery shade on top. So I'm going to go back into that flat shader brush. Take this gold color. And I'm going to put this all over the lid. You can totally skip this step if you want to. If you want to just leave the lids blank, that's totally fine. Now we're going to move on to the lower lash line. So I'm just going to take the e.l.f. Professional Eyeliner brush. I'm going to take some of this purple right here. I'm just going to put this on the lower lash line. The e.l.f. Contour brush. And we're going to go back into this fourth color right here and just buff out the lower lash line. Going to apply my false lashes, my Demi 120s, and I'm going to put some mascara on my lower lash line, and our eyes will be complete. I'm going to take a little bit of this guy and a little bit of this guy and shake your butt. Bum, bum, bum. I'm just kidding. Yes! Sorry. Holy crap! I think people from outer space can see this. I'm just going to take a stipple brush just to melt everything together. I'm just going to mix these two colors. These are the matte Ulta lip creams. This one's in the shade Striking, and then this one's in the shade Elusive. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Elusive and put that on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Striking and mix that in with Elusive. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Professional Concealer brush and just mix these two together. this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely recommend this palette to all of you. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and the fact that the highlighters are so beaming makes my life. Thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later.